It's absolutely wonderful that you're still tuned in at Smart 24 TV and of course following the matters here on The Point. My name is Anthony Sebale. We've discussed quite a range of issues from why we need a smart urban ecosystem and how we can make that sustainable and inclusive as well. A lot of issues have been discussed on the role of government and the government ministries, departments and agencies in transforming our cities into smart cities. What should come first? Where should our priorities be? And of course, a lot in that line has been discussed already. Now, let's get online and have a response for some of the questions that you have been able to post, especially on YouTube. And I'll start with Kathy Katinti. And Kathy says that as a person interested, and I think I'll ask this to Mr. Vincent, and then maybe Doctor can also respond. As a person interested in technology, I may ask how and what role can technology play and what innovations can be done in developing a sustainable, inclusive and smart urban ecosystem in Uganda. He's asking basically the opportunities that are in there.
No, thank you, Anthony. One, of course, is communication. You know, these tools which we were talking about, Dr. Derek and I, about, for example, you want to order pizza and you have an online tool that you can, pizza finds you home. That saves you from movements, saves you from all these kind of uncertainties of accidents, traffic jam and so forth. So how do we young people who are around the world, Uganda, start thinking about a lot of online platforms that actually enable people to access certain things easier? We're talking about weather and all these kind of things, information about weather. The tools and softwares that can actually enable the public to know when is it going to rain and at what time, where should you not go and so forth. These things are available. The other one I think which you can think in the real estate sector is the issue of, for example, online house searching. How do I find a house? Today, you know, there is the brokers, we don't want to cut them out of the market, but is it sustainable that we are going to always have human beings?
And these posters on
electric poles. Yes. How do I have an online platform that actually people can find houses easier, because when they come to the city, they don't know where to start from and so forth. And how do we pick all that data to know which houses of which amount are in which neighborhoods? And using actually intelligent tools, softwares that in real time you can put on your phone and it tells you in a radius of 500 kilometers there is a house of your capacity and so forth, but that is needed. The other one is access to data online. That, for example, if I want to know how many restaurants are in Kampala and which does pizza and which does matoke and local food, do I have to now jump on a border and rotate the whole Kampala looking for that, or I can have a certain tool where I can actually go and immediately the search engine will be able to actually tell me actually where you are? There are about 3 restaurants that actually prepare buffet. There is a lot of opportunity in these things. It's from food to weather to clothing to anything. So, and that makes the city for me very good and very smart in that way. So communication, information technology, but of course the doctor can add, we are also talking about institutions of government being able to charge automatic fines and all these things. So there are many, but police won't get these technologies from heaven. They will get them from innovative Ugandans who actually think about the solution and present it to police, and police invests in it. That's what I think.
Yes, Doctor, I will also add this question to that because it's kind of related. Someone called Sophia Oine says, what are some of the innovative solutions that can be explored to address environmental issues in Uganda's urban areas? And giving examples of, for example, garbage management, garbage collection, and so on and so forth. What are some of the innovative solutions? Of course, that on top of the technology solutions that are in as far as a smart city is concerned.
I think the opportunities are so many. As I said in the beginning, we are talking about smart urban economy, we are talking about smart mobility, we are talking about smart environment, we are talking about smart people themselves, we are talking about smart living and smart governance. So I strongly believe that there are opportunities both in the software design environment in any of these sectors I've mentioned, and also opportunities in operating the smart system. I'll just give one example. Street parking. Is it possible, for example, Sophia, to design for us a street parking software? I think it's possible.
So, doctor, you're saying we should fire all these.
It's possible. I was also about to mention that,
yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's a balancing act. Can our economy allow us to do away with a certain group of people all of a sudden, or it's a step-by-step process? Because if you come in and say all strict parking operators go away because we have introduced a software, that's it becomes even political. But anyway, the question is, originally when they were beginning, they used to receive cash. So even the system they are using is an improved system currently, that you can, and then I get the receipt, the company knows the other side that money has come in. That's already an improvement. But another improvement would be they are not there. I just park and pay, and there's a system that allows me to. But I'm just giving an example. Another example, for example, from the environmental point of view, we could have, can't we generate, design innovative solutions which can monitor what is going on, for example, as far as pollution on our streets, in the water bodies, quality of water in Nakivuwa channel, and you are getting a recording on a daily on a daily basis, which is being fed into maybe NEMA or KCC environmental office or whatever. That is possible, both from the commercial point of view that Vincent has been talking about, or the public point of view. So there are softwares that can be designed to address different aspects where we live. One time my family in Canada, one time I had an argument with my wife, and the argument was that I can show you where you stay. You only need to tell me the street number. You only need to tell me the street and the plot number. She said that's not possible. I said, but I'm a geographer, and there are technologies that can help me go where you are if you're in a city which is smart indeed. She said, okay, we are on this street and we're in plot number this. So I go into the system. I went into Google Earth. I went into Street View, and I went to her street.
And live.
And I took a picture of her, of the house where they stay.
In real time.
In real time. She knew she had never sent me that picture. I said, this is where you stay. And she couldn't believe. So, but the software is there. I'm looking for a house, an apartment of this amount of money. Where can I find it? One should be able to get that answer in a shortest time possible, and so on and so forth. Garbage management, that is there. For example, can one design for us a routing, waste management routing system? I have a friend of mine who was doing his PhD research related to that. The cheapest way of moving garbage from Kampala to Kitezi. Can somebody tap into that and help these, garbage management companies to solve that equation of the best routes to take, which saves fuel, but you can get Kitezi in the shortest time possible. You put it in your vehicle. The software guides you on how to move, and so on. So there are different technologies are there, and technologies need to be developed to address different challenges in our cities. And the truth is that looking at what is going on in the world, the way what we read and so on, the truth is that anyone who comes out and solves a challenging problem the world is facing ends up becoming rich. And I'm giving that assignment to
Okay.
People are asking questions.
Yes.
So you only need to identify, as an ICT developer, you only need to identify a serious problem and try to address it from the ICT point of view. You have never seen any solution to that problem, but you feel that as an ICT developer, software developer, I can address that problem. You are likely to make money out of the solution you have come up with.
Very interesting. Thank you so much, Dr. Derek. The other question that I think we addressed this partly, is someone was asking, how can partnerships between government, private sector, and civil society organizations contribute to the development of sustainable and inclusive smart urban ecosystems? I think we try to address that in the first place, and yes, we might not go back to that as well. But as we draw close to the end of the program, Mr. Vincent, we've talked a lot about Kampala, we've talked a lot about what the role of government is, but you pointed out funding, which was one of the key aspects. We are going to do nothing without money. And when you look at the budgets here in Kampala, Kampala is given almost less than 1% of the national budget. Yet, when you look at what it contributes to the gross domestic product, it's more than 60%. So, where should we get the funds, and what should be the priorities government should put in place so as to attain smart cities and a very sustainable ecosystem?
Yeah, very complex, Anthony.
Yes.
I will narrow it back to the point I talked about. The day we embrace economics, the day we will be able to solve many of these problems. I know there are many priorities for government. Government is a very complex entity to run, and I respect those people who run the government. But at the end of the day, I think a government, when you're running it, you're also like a CEO of any entity. The point here is, what are the economics? Sometimes you hear there is actually less absorption of money. That money has been allocated but has not been absorbed.
Spent, yes.
Consolidated fund.
Now, in entrepreneurship, if you do that really, that you borrowed a loan from a bank, which is attached with the interest rates, and you don't use it, and you actually cannot even return it, you still pay a cost on that money.
Even government does that.
Even government does that.
Yes.
Now the question is, what is the economics? What is the economics? So as we talk about all these things, to me the whole idea is, can we as a society, even those countries we're talking about that are at a certain level, the economic awareness and financial discipline and financial literacy of those citizens is very high. Even when people, how they manage their homes, in terms of a child, how they grow, the discipline around money is very high.
You become 18 years and you must start contributing to
Exactly.
managing of the home.
Yes.
Out of the money government is giving you as an 18-year-old.
Yes.
In some of the
You find
Scandinavian
a
countries.
pool of very many students who are studying and working at the same time, because their parents cannot give them money just anyhow. So that discipline, financial discipline, for me, in my view, if you asked me, what is the magic? The magic is, can we entrench the financial discipline of the citizenry deeper? Because it is us who end up in government. Government is not a group of people who come from another planet and fall here to run a country. It is us who grow into government. And there we are investing in a project, we are getting resources, and we deploy it. Is our mindset switched on towards the return on investment of that money we have deployed? If that does not happen, I can tell you, you have a basket which has no bottom, and you keep adding water, and you expect it to get full. I think it will take you a long time.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Dr. Derek, your winding up remarks.
Thank you so much. We want to also remind you that we are here, but we represent a certain force.
Yes.
And that's the Uganda National Urban Forum.
Yes.
And that force is a force of volunteers.
Yes.
And down there are city development forums, there are municipal development forums. People working so hard to ensure that there is sustainable development in our cities out of their own goodwill. So I wanted to emphasize that because some cities are using them very well for their benefit, others are not. Those who are not using them, please use them. There are certain benefits which are related to what Vincent was talking about, that they can mobilize the communities to ensure that they don't accept compensation. They give you land for free. It has been done in some urban areas. Lastly, I want to talk about I don't know what to call it. And I think local authorities would even clap hands based on the discussions we have had with them. For example, under the Uganda National Urban Forum, money should return to where it belongs. So there is a lot of money in Kawale municipality, but which is coming to the center. There is a lot of money in Guru municipality, Guru city council, which is coming to the center. And when it comes to the center, it never comes back because it's consolidated fund. So I think those discussions have been going on for a long time. If you talked about decentralization, why don't you decentralize money also? Why don't you decentralize, for example, tax collection? And you know that, for example, taxes which are being collected in Mbarara City are from Mbarara City. If the city is not collecting enough taxes, it should wake up to collect what? Its taxes, because the taxes remain in that city. I think that would solve quite a number of problems if we, of course, bring things like minus corruption and so on and so forth. The money collected, for example, in Guru belongs to Guru.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does work in Guru.
It does work in Guru.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Derek, for your time and for those wonderful insights. Mr. Gaba Vincent, thank you so much. And the people, of course, many people, Juliet here, appreciating the knowledge you've just shared, and they have benefited quite a lot. So thank you so much, and have a very, very wonderful evening. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, from us. This is the point. We get, of course, to discuss things that are usually locked up in the boardrooms, and we bring them to your viewership and get you to understand how you can be able to be part of the economic growth here in Uganda and contribute as well as a citizen to the growth itself. So we'll catch you next time, same place, and get to our Twitter. You can follow for more. The YouTube channel is still running. You can get to our YouTube and get to follow up on the previous episodes of this show, and you definitely keep in touch. Thank you so much. Have a very wonderful evening. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you.